Southampton 5, QPR nil, and that is a bit of a horror show from QPR. I don't want to take any wing away from Southampton. They're on a lovely undefeated streak. That's 8 undefeated for Tondereka and Southampton. But Saints fans and maybe players will feel that they kind of turned up, and that was fairly easy today. They've blown QPR away in terms of the scoreline and the margin of victory. However, in terms of performance, particularly in the second half, there's a big collapse from QPR, and they could have made it a little harder, let's just say. Finn Azaz opened the scoring in this one, and I suppose the alarm bells should have been ringing a little bit there for QPR. He gets to the edge of the box and kind of easily bends it into the corner. Azaz, it's a good finish. It's a typical Finn Azaz goal. He picks up those pockets. He gets so many goals and assists, doesn't he? Azaz, 9 goals, 6 assists. I think that number is up to date. It looks like a couple of the QPR fans are going over and apologising to the players. Hopefully they're not going to get into any arguments or not. The QPR fans who have stayed to clap them off, I'm sure plenty Rangers fans are already well in their cars and on the way home, and probably very much didn't enjoy particularly that second half. QPR did rally a little bit in the middle of the first half at 1-0 down, but I think we did the stats at half time and they had like 0.18 XG and no shots on target, what have you. And the hapless evening, and Benge needs to keep calm here. I think he's having a word with the steward. He's trying to swap shirts. I think it's an emotional issue there at the end of the game. They're an emotional player and some emotional fans in the away end after a 5-0 defeat. They're still chattering away with the fans there. So hopefully all's well that ends well there. Although someone should probably try and take Benge away from this situation now. I think Richard Kone is trying to do just that. I think you need to save him from himself there. Madsen then stepped out injured, didn't he? And this is where the game gets away from QPR. They can see the bad goal from a corner. Walsh gets caught under the crossbar, and Matsuki doesn't really have to get off the ground to head it in from pretty much 1 yard. And then just the most hapless second half from QPR. They come out huffing and puffing and intense, like they've just been yelled at, and they kind of play well for the sum total of 5 minutes. And then literally Southampton have one attack and Matsuki makes it 3-0. And again, it's a bad parry from Walsh. Could he hold on to the shot? I think it's Cienza who hits it, and Matsuki is able to just tap it in. He's then on a hat-trick. It's 3-0. The balloon has kind of been burst metaphorically in terms of, you know, that fight back in the second half for QPR. And then it's just dreadful from there. Poor old Walsh is a bit shell-shocked, isn't he, the keeper? Cienza hits a daisy cutter, should save it there. Then Walsh again kind of gets a left hand to it, and it still just dribbles in off the far post. And then when it's not happening for you, it's not happening for you. The manager's making changes. I think it's Escudinha who's come on. Cross comes over. He tries to chest it down. It bounces off his chest. Bree takes it off him. He then half volleys it from the edge of the box. It takes a little deflection past the keeper and flies in the corner. And all of a sudden from, you know, let's get back into the second half and make a fight of it at 2-0 down. You're 5-0 down still with 20 minutes to play after that. So a real awful collapse by QPR in the second half. Let's be honest, it feels like I'm damning with faint praise for Southampton. Obviously, it deserved the win. They were the better side, but it was with a rather large helping hand. And just to finish on QPR, they've been pretty erratic, haven't they? I mean, just to give you outcomes, a couple of 0-0 draws, a 3-2 loss, then they beat leaders Coventry, another 0-0, then they lose at home to Blackburn, then they win away at Hull, who are currently right now fourth in the table, and then they lose 5-0 at Southampton. So their results are absolutely all over the place, QPR, at the moment. Southampton's aren't. And annoyingly for Saints, Wrexham have also won tonight. They could have closed the gap up to within a point of Wrexham, but they're 4 points off the playoffs as things stand.